government evidence of passengers dead or alive. Please stand by.
Thing's only 200 miles off the eastern American seaboard. We don't even know what the hell it is.
Everybody, and welcome once again to Geekfest Rants. My name is Carlos Perone, and joining me today I have Michael Sutton. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
And Michael Conway. Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Today we are not only doing a commentary, but we're taking a different approach to our usual commentaries. In the past, we've done commentaries that featured movies that we all, whoever happens to be participating, really like, enjoy, love. Today we're taking the opposite approach. Today we're going to watch a movie that specifically one of our contributors, Mike Sutton, really dislikes. The movie is Godzilla. Now, this is the 1998 version of Godzilla, the one with Matthew Broderick, that was done by Ronald Emmerich, I believe, which is, you know, it's, if you remember the Emmerich films, Sean, I think Devlin is the other guy who the producer. They were the guys who did, you know, the modern disaster films, the Independence Days, and, you know, all those kind of movies. Didn't they do the 2012 also?
Yeah, 2012.
And what else? Because that was like their big thing. All of a sudden, in the 90s, when the disaster films came back, they were attached to a lot of those films. But anyway, this was, at the time, a big deal, because it was the return of a Godzilla film, especially an American-made Godzilla film. You know, big budget, big stars at the time. And, you know, in the world of CGI, you know, after the Jurassic Park films had started, all of a sudden somebody said, hey, guess what? We can probably do a CGI Godzilla, which is obviously very different than the original ones. But we are today using a regular DVD version of the film. We have it currently queued up to the main menu. And as usual, we will give you a series of visual cues as the movie begins. So let's all hit play movie now and see where this takes us. We first get an FBI warning.
Oh, the best part of the movie.
Okay, it's going to be that kind of a thing, huh, Mike?
I'm sorry. The best part of the movie is the end credits.
And now more warnings. Apparently somebody wants to make sure that we are warned before seeing this movie.
Why?
You can't make a copy of it, Mike.
No. We begin with the... Is it TriStar?
TriStar.
TriStar logo with the horse riding towards you, the Pegasus. Dun, 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 dun. And we begin now with another logo. Obviously, these modern films these days have approximately 7 logos per film that you have to get through before the movie starts. Centropolis Entertainment. Okay. Do we have another logo, anybody? Oh, no, we're actually going into the picture. So this is like a, I don't know, like a very orange, yellowish shot of the sea with the credits starting to roll behind it, and we see a beach, and there's Ronald Emmerich's film, his name on it, so he can take credit or blame for this. Godzilla.
Blame.
All right, here we go. We're in, guys. Michael, when did you first hear about this movie being in production?
Oh, I remember it's got to be a couple years before we heard, like you said before, the U.S. was going to make a new Godzilla movie, update it, and I do admit I was looking forward to it as a Godzilla fan, since we haven't seen many movies since. Toho stopped creating their movies, and we think they did that because they knew the U.S. was going to release a movie. And now we're looking at all of the iguanas.
Now, while this thing was being shot or the post-production process was happening before we actually saw anything, or even the trailer, did we have any hints whatsoever of what the monster would look like?
No, none. Actually, even in stores, nobody knew what it looked like. Previews magazine in the comic book shops, they had the toys, you can order it, but there was no pictures. And I always remember when I saw that, I went, that's not a good sign. Because when you can't see the main character, that can't be good. Why would you hide the iconic image of Godzilla?
Well, what's interesting is that this opening sequence, which is, a lot of movies, it's funny, I don't even know if they made it themselves, but a lot of movies have opening sequences that are made by even other studios or other places. This opening sequence gives you the feeling that they're trying to somehow link it to an older type of style, even though it's not exactly black and white, they're trying to make it look oldie, kind of oldie style.
Yeah, and we should have, and we should have figured out all the iguanas. That's what Godzilla's going to look like.
And it's interesting because at one point, I remember some of the older monster films, they would actually use iguanas and they would glue latex appliances to the iguanas to make them look like somewhat of a dinosaur, so they wouldn't have to use stop motion. But obviously, this is not what they're doing here at all.
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember which movie that was, but yeah, they added appendages and
it's like usually like dinosaur movies, like 5000 BC or one of those.
It was
type of
going
movies.
on the top of the plateau. It was always on in the
and
afternoons.
It's obviously iguanas.
And
They're
it's definitely
iguanas.
Yeah. And they had them fight somehow, and they added all the roars. Yeah. That was more entertaining than this movie.
Yeah. Well, with this bizarre little opening, I guess they're trying to give you a little history of, okay, there's nuclear explosions and tests being done and animals being exposed to it, specifically reptiles, and they leave us here with this egg that's about to most likely crack open. Now, this is ironic because you were mentioning on a previous podcast we did that the original film started with a storm in the sea.
Right. Well, it wasn't actually a storm in the sea, but it started... The original Godzilla movie, Gojira, started with a fishing boat out on the ocean. There was no storm, but it was just a fishing boat.
Well, this is definitely a fishing boat.
Oh, I guess it paid homage to the original.
Well, not to do it. I mean, looking at it, they look like tuna, and it's probably trying to pay an homage to Lucky Dragon number 7, the boat that was contaminated.
Oh, we'll have to see if there are any signs of that name in this boat. Now, do you remember, were there any official claims, at least at first, that they were trying to be more loyal to the original film at all in any shape or form, or there wasn't just much information out there when this was cooking?
I honestly don't remember. I think it was just a retelling, a reimagining. And I think that's all it was.
Well, we're giving the impression that their first encounter is an encounter at sea by a fishing boat, which, again, it goes back to the concept.
The concept, a little homage to the original movie.
Can we see the name of the boat yet? No, not yet. Some of these actors look familiar.
I was going to say,
he's in every John Carpenter film.
Yeah. He's Big Trouble, Little China.
The captain is, I've seen him a million times. Whoa. Well, that's kind of cool. Big claw through the ship.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little promising. You got the tail. Yeah, the claw through the ship. So you looked at it going, okay, we got a Godzilla movie. That's not bad.
There's those high-tension towers.
Yeah. Oh, and then we got Matthew Broderick.
Now, Matthew Broderick, again, 80s star. In the 90s, not that big of a star anymore, and doing a film that he's really never done before at the time, which is a sci-fi adventure. I don't know what you want to call this. Fantasy
Piece
adventure.
of garbage.
You know, something we really hadn't seen him do at the time. And he's in Chernobyl, Ukraine. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, no, he was still a little popular, I think, when they made this movie. I don't remember what other movies he made at the same time, but...
It's way past his Ferris Bueller days.
Oh, yeah, way past.
Now, again, different than the original, we're not dealing with a reporter. He seems to be some kind of scientist.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious he's doing some kind of experiment.
Ooh. Yeah, worms.
On the love of his life.
Right, so this is all what you call exposition. Ugh. This is one of those unusual sunny, rainy days that Hollywood creates. You can see the shadows from the sun everywhere, but it's raining.
Yeah.
Wow, that helicopter...
Because you have to have rain.
That helicopter looks like a toy. But it's probably real, ironically.
Yeah, but again, yeah, he's a scientist, and I guess...
That actor I've seen in a lot of films, too.
Going back into the original movie, you know, you had a scientist. And that dumb look on his face.
Again, I will always say this guy's films have excellent setups. The setups are very fast and kind of, you know, they keep moving. The story keeps progressing and you're meeting a lot of interesting people. Things usually fall apart when you get to the meat of the story.
Yeah, it's... Again, yeah, it opens up. It seems okay.
Look, they're not afraid of using subtitles.
I know. What do you know? They're not dubbing it. But it's weird that they're in Tahiti.
Oh, are these survivors from the boat? Yep. Oh, this is Jean Reno. See,
yeah, the one survivor.
Which we had.
And
Again, similar scenes in the original.
Yep.
Where there was one sole survivor. Who was terrified.
He's radioactive. So again, you're going back to radiation.
Uh-oh, here it comes. Godzilla!
Oh, you saw Godzilla.
Godzilla.
But again, what's that?
Now
they didn't explain anything.
What does the name come from?
Well, it's a Japanese word. From what I understand, it was giant whale is what it is.
Okay.
What it stands for.
So you could theoretically say that anybody who doesn't understand what they just saw could say that's what it is.
Yeah, I think they went on the
In other words,
that everybody knew who Godzilla was, so...
Okay, but it's not like saying, "Oh, I just saw blah blah blah." No, it's something that he can't explain, and that's the best thing that you could explain it by calling it that. Oh my God, this guy's from Transformers, the father from Transformers.
Yeah, he's another one that shows up in a lot of movies.
Speaking of movies with excellent setups, and then the movie falls apart. Production value is very good in terms of you see they have money. Locations are, you have the locations. You're not shooting any of the stuff indoors and pretending to be outdoors. This is almost like a Close Encounter-y type of beginning where you got different locations and people discovering stuff. Different groups.
Yeah, and it's all from different parts of the country. And do we care about giant worms?
Okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
at least he's standing.
At least that's that's an homage to the first movie when
Oh, there you go.
they find the trilobite and you realize you're standing in a footprint by the well. And I mean, this was neat. You pull back, said, okay.
Wow, that's cool. That's a big footprint.
It was a big footprint.
And it's not an effect. I think it's a real hole.
Yeah, looks like they dug a real hole. See, but this is where it starts becoming stupid. Look at the footprint. The footprint.
Well, that's the actor. That's his delivery. That's how he delivers lines.
It's the point. He's not a real serious scientist. They're trying to make him serious, but really, is Ferris Bueller?
No, it is. That's
real
the thing.
Serious scientist.
He's not a real serious actor, so he doesn't come off as serious. But I don't think that's by accident. I think that's by design. It's by design. I think they wanted to purposely keep it light.
Yeah, but again, that's part of the problem. You're not making it.
What's the name?
It's
Ugh.
See the worm guy.
Oh, they should have given us the name of the ship. There was nobody filming that. How could they have that?
Exactly.
Oh, footprints.
Yeah, now you got the footprints.
Nice.
But again, yeah, if you look back at the original Godzilla movie, when he's on Odo Island, you actually can see the footprint. So
now I forget.
Again, they're paying a little more homage to it.
There's no tail marks because this one, the tail sticks up.
He's got no tail.
And that could be because of the. I remember at one point they said their theories on dinosaurs is that they didn't necessarily drag their tails.
Right. Yeah. So now we got the love of his life.
And again, this is very stylized, like this particular director used. Like he did. Was it the one about the New York freezing? The Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, no. The Day After Tomorrow. Yeah.
No, not the Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah. Was Day After
it's something that was the nuclear war film. The Day After was
the day after.
The Day Tomorrow, whatever. It was that freezing. The world freezes movie.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like this too. It's that style. He has a certain style to his films.
I'm trying to think what other TV movies or movies she's done.
Wow. Again, he is a comedic. This guy's a comedic actor, and he's and the tone is not serious.
Again, and that's why this movie is also bad. It's not an updating or reimagining. It's like let's just make it stupid.
It seems like it's made for kids. And obviously the marketing was all kid. I mean, toys. They were trying to sell as many as possible.
That they didn't, and I refused to buy the toys because I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't want to pre-order anything. I really didn't want to buy anything until I saw it. And we'll discuss why that design is awful.
Which is why I hope when they make this new one, and I have a feeling they will, they have to, based on this director, it's going to be more of serious film. It's not going to be such a tongue-in-cheek kind of goofy approach.
Yeah, I mean, come on. There was none of this goofiness in the original movie.
It's like they want to be cute. Again, and they
can't get his name right. It's a running joke. That just shows you how they're setting up this whole movie to be stupid.
Well, that's another trait of this director. He likes to make quirky individual characters. They all have to have their own little quirk.
I mean, you don't mind a little quirk, but not every movie, if you want to be serious, you do that. And obviously this movie, he didn't want to be serious. Like, she was great in News Radio. I can't think of the actress's name.
That's right.
It's Beth from News Radio, and I can't think of her name.
Now, what do they find in this place?
Well, I think they find the ship.
Oh, let's see the name. Let's hope the name is what we think it is. Wow, it's all ripped up. That's cool.
Yeah, all the claw marks.
Again, this reminds me a lot of Close Encounters. They're trying to do these epic-ish discoveries throughout the world before you reveal, whatever the secret is.
Yes, everybody's awestruck in the... Well, first off, a freighter that big at washed ashore. But more of the
rips.
Claw marks, the rips. And I just love how they leave all the people that live there. Just let them sit there and watch. They're not cutting it off.
Yeah, now he turns into like an adventurer, almost like
spy.
But he's again. I don't remember exactly when, but like with the Jurassic Park films, he's kind of like the hunter type of character.
So you got homage, tuna. It's the original.
What's
Lucky's number 7.
Why is he staring at this particular can? Just the fact that it's from Japan?
I think, is it? Yeah, that one's from Japan.
Or is the Bumblebee just a product placement? Ugh.
Oh, look, he found worms.
That's kind of gross.
That was it.
Eastern Seaboard. All right, let's see what these guys find.
Well, I do admit this coming up was kind of a cool scene. Got the fisherman nets out there. And I think everybody can pretty much guess what's going to happen now. If the boat stopped going forward.
Now they're moving. They're pulling a Jaws. They're going backwards. The fishing boats.
So, it's funny that they did this also in a Toho movie in War of the Gargantuas. It was a fisherman who had the net, and it stopped the boat. And when he looked down, you had the Gargantua, the green Gargantua Gaia, looking up.
And it's multiple boats pulling.
And this one is it's not one boat. You got like 2 or 3.
Oh, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Interesting scene. Yeah, Godzilla's pulling the boats from underwater.
Well, if it could shred a tanker-sized boat.
Yeah, I mean, he should rip these little...
This is kids' play.
Yeah, he should rip those boats apart in seconds. But yeah, it is kind of funny. It's Jaws.
It's a Jaws-y type of thing.
Jaws type thing, pulling them in.
Yeah, like that's going to do any good. I guess nobody was able to cut those lines fast enough.
Couldn't cut them, but he pulled them under. Again, neat effect. But are they going to survive? What happened to all the people on the boat? Is that a whale?
I mean, for Godzilla, that's like eating shrimp.
I don't know. Oh, there goes the boats.
Boaty boat. Oh.
And
we're somewhere else again.
Yeah. We're assuming they all drowned?
Now, that's the sample he picked up off the other boat.
And that's bad?
Well, it doesn't happen every day, Mike. I've only seen it happen in Jaws.
Now, how does she know that? But again, I guess because she saw footprints, so you're assuming it's a dinosaur.
Between the footprints, I would say, and the rips on the boat, you have to imagine something big. And it's water related.
Again, because he knows because the worms grow bigger. At least Dr. Yamane was a paleontologist.
Listen, you just are jealous of Matthew Broderick's acting abilities and superpowers. That's what it comes down to.
No, not really. He was good in Ferris Bueller. Bueller.
Oh yeah, this was pre 2001. There's Hank Azaria. Again, more witty, non-serious characters.
Non-serious.
It's almost like a sitcom, the way that it's written.
Oh yeah, a little bit, because they're not taking it serious. I mean, they show it off from the beginning of the movie. Not saying that all the Godzilla movies that are out there were so serious.
No, but like if you look at Jurassic Park, there's some funny moments in it, but for the most part, they treat themselves serious. Serious science, serious. I mean, it's a Michael Crichton story, but
yeah, you still want to be serious, right? They'll throw in the jokes, the little things. It's
like they have serious locations, but not serious dialogue.
Right. Like, it's funny because it happened. Oh, there we go. Now we got the love story, the college sweetie. And she remembers her college sweetie. Mike, do you remember your college sweetie?
Doesn't come to mind now.
Oh, more fish.
More fish, and it's still sunny out.
Fish heads.
And it's raining.
It's the sunny, rainy days, man. It's the sunny, rainy season. Okay, now this is another Jaws ripoff.
No, really?
Remember the two guys fishing at the pier? And this was the teaser.
This was the big teaser.
The summer before or the winter before.
You saw it, yeah.
Which is cute. I mean, the old guy is like a stereotypical old guy, and it's just okay. And he's going to lose the pole.
Yeah. Yeah, he lost the pole.
Yeah, I remember this. This was definitely the teaser.
And again, they've done similar things like this in like Godzilla, Son of Godzilla, or I think Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. I think Son of Godzilla kind of comes up at the big rush, and Godzilla comes out of the water.
Time to run.
But again, yeah, the exploding pier. Like, we haven't seen that before. And the other thing, too, is where does he come ashore? The Fulton Street Fish Market?
Whoa. There's a boat attached to his head.
Yeah, boat's on top of his head.
And this was all part of the teaser, too, I remember. Stepping over the FDR.
Boat dropping. Yeah, and you still really didn't see what he looked like. But didn't we have another movie where a giant monster came ashore at the South Street Seaport? Fulton Fish Market?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, something called The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
But even at this point, this could have been a good movie, you know. You still could have done something.
again, something, and they're trying with some of the effects. Now, I was saying, I don't know if I ever told you the story. When they were filming in New York City...
This guy's in every movie.
Yeah. I could have been in this scene. I went down
the crowd?
to Wall Street, the crowd.
In the rain?
In the rain with the umbrellas, and they had said they were looking for extras for people to run and be the group of people running. But I had to be up at like 4 in the morning, like down in Manhattan, at like 4 in the morning to sign up for it.
There in Wall Street.
And I didn't do it. But thinking about it afterwards, yeah, that was a mistake. That was my chance to be in a Godzilla movie, even as an extra.
You should have done it.
I could have sat there and said I was in a Godzilla movie.
As much as you dislike it, you should have done it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm glad, because I don't want to be associated with this crappy movie. But it would have been one of the scenes where everybody was running with the umbrellas.
Look at that. That's pretty good.
Well, again, because you said he got great setup, great visual effects. But see, you still don't see his face. You still don't really see what he looks like.
It's funny because it's like everything is the opposite. In other words, this particular Godzilla looks like more like a dinosaur reptile type of creature. And people act ridiculous. But in the original Godzilla, it's kind of like it doesn't look exactly like a reptile, but the people act more realistic.
Yeah.
It's like they reversed everything. Oh, there's Barney. Get it, Barney? Dinosaur?
Yeah, Barney the dinosaur. Oh, really? Seriously? Did we have to do that? And go, oh, I want a real story. Yeah, walk by the window.
Yeah. You know what it's like? Almost? It's kind of like Ghostbusters. It tries to be funny.
Yeah, and then there's the tail. And he still doesn't see it. But why didn't the tail hit the building? And what? She said no.
See, I think that's why Ghostbusters works, is that it's a comedy.
Well,
this isn't a comedy, but it's trying to be a comedy, but it's not supposed to be a comedy.
Right. Ghostbusters wanted to be funny, comedy.
And was.
They didn't take themselves serious.
Right. But this is supposed to be serious.
This movie, you would think they were going to take it serious, but they didn't. They planned it on being a comedy.
Like Jurassic Park is serious. It's a lighthearted romp.
It's a lighthearted romp, yeah. And again, see, we still haven't seen what Godzilla looks like. You got a tail,
which is fine. That's not a problem because that's the formula we always get. The slow reveal.
Well, yeah, but not in a Godzilla movie. We know what he's like. You try to explain his origin in the credits. You're saying, okay, he must be mutated. Comes out of the water. See him. Isn't the money shot is when he should be coming out of the water and destroying Fulton Fish Market? Not these little glimpses of, his feet, a claw. Yeah, and he's a cameraman. He couldn't get the tape in. And again, you still can't see him.
Build suspense, Mike.
Oh, I know, suspense.
Isn't he like between the toes? Yeah. He's Toe Jam.
Yeah, he's Toe Jam.
Hey, buddy.
Tail.
How's it going, Toe Jam?
I'm okay with the tail because it doesn't touch the ground.
Well. 45th Street. No, 43rd?
44th Street? It's Penn Station. Not Penn Station. Grand Central Station.
Okay.
And now we switch to the military.
Now, what is this? Jersey?
Still can't figure out what
Queens?
bridge that is because the city looks so far away.
And it's only a 2-lane in and out. Maybe it's the GW? Top tier of the GW? I don't know. Mobile Command Center, New
Jersey.
Jersey. Okay, we're in New Jersey. I forget, does it rain throughout this whole movie?
I think it does. And you know him, too. He's from, I forgot his name. He's another guy, when you see his face, you go, we know him.
The guy on the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Perfect.
Except Japan.
Right. A giant dinosaur can easily hide.
Now I forget, is it... We know it can move through water, but is it supposed to be like digging tunnels or something?
Well, don't ruin it for the people, but yeah, Godzilla's digging tunnels.
But how could you not see that? It's gigantic.
Sorry, right, it's huge. You're so brave.
Oh, there we go. You had to be serious for a second, didn't you? You get smacked.
Exactly.
Get in the chopper.
Yeah, and he's from Brooklyn, because every New Yorker guy got to sound like this. So,
I'm going to Jersey.
And his name is
now.
Animal. I'm going to Jersey.
Cross the bridge to Jersey.
Going to Jersey.
We're going to Jersey.
Here's the Animal. Really? Not all New Yorkers sound like that. Oh, wait, that's because we live in New York.
Oh, now wait. Love story, Mike.
Oh, yes, let's get into the...
Would you please respect the love story in this film?
I could, if I wanted to.
Well, maybe that's the thing. If you think of it as a sitcom, maybe it works a little better. See, the big boys go to work. And...
Big boy.
Okay, I get it. All right. You're the jerk boss.
You're a jerk. You're nothing.
She's in love with the scientists, but they're away from each other. Ooh.
And it's still raining. You're right, it's always raining.
It's always raining.
It's got to be the monsoon season in the movie.
Well, at least the sun has finally gone out in the rain.
In the rain.
Day after tomorrow? The day after tomorrow?
That looks familiar, and I can't figure out which street that is.
Unless those long shots are not real.
Well, they're going down the 7th train, to the 7th train.
Yeah.
It's got to be 42nd.
Well, that's all real.
Right, but again, how did he disappear?
Is there like fish laying around everywhere? Whoa. Could it fit through there?
Gotta go through the MetLife? I guess it could. Oh, there we go. Siskel and Ebert.
They look like them. You're right.
It's Siskel and Ebert.
Wow.
And his name's Gene.
Oh, is that what they did on purpose?
Do you think?
Is the mayor called Siskel?
I don't remember.
Mayor
Roger?
Mayor
I don't remember the other
Oh.
name. Remember, this movie sucks. I've only seen it twice.
Now, why they do that? Because they hate them? They used to hate them, or because they liked them?
I think they liked him.
Oh, I wonder what review they gave the movie.
No, you don't.
Oh my! This is like a scene from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
The secret guy is approaching all the contestants.
Yeah. And he just put the bug on his collar.
I want to tell you to get me a candy from the chocolate factory.
I don't want to tell you.
A blue gum stopper.
And it is still raining.
Oh, the sun is out again.
And they're on the subway.
They're playing
Dun, 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 dun.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Look at the guy carrying his goldfish.
I see that all the time.
Don't you see everybody carrying goldfish on a subway?
Okay. Could this be a funny scene? Because we haven't had any funny scenes yet.
This is the espionage.
Oh. Oh. Chocolate croissant.
Got me a yum
Deja vu.
croissant.
What is this?
And there you go. Again, it's stupid.
I said, come on. Just be serious for one scene.
Well, that's why this is stupid. It's awful.
Oh, he put a bug on him. I see. Wow. He lost a lot of his hair. Oh, he wants to talk. Okay.
But again, we believe it's burrowing inside of building. Really? Godzilla doesn't hide inside buildings. Godzilla destroys buildings. That's why it's going totally wrong.
23rd Street.
Yeah, he's a force of nature. He's not an iguana that hides.
Well, now this half of the movie is obviously shot in studios because it's all interiors. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Matthew Broderick is in this film.
Yeah. But again, Godzilla doesn't burrow underground.
Okay, so there's an entry point.
But again, don't you think you'd see the giant dinosaur walk off the island? And can he ever have a line where he doesn't stutter?
Unless they're implying he's using the in other words, he's not digging fresh tunnels. He's taking advantage of existing tunnels and just kind of making them a little bigger.
Yeah.
I mean,
whatever. It's still
hey, I'm trying to help, all right? I'm trying to help.
It's stupid.
Which is more than what you're doing.
That's not a Godzilla movie.
Oh.
My gosh.
Oh, say it.
He needs a better script. That's what he needs.
Oh, my God. They're going to throw us out of this movie theater.
Okay, there's your fish.
Fish.
Yeah, we all know Godzilla sits and eats fish.
The singing fish. Make the fish sing.
The singing fish are funnier than this movie.
Oh, that's right. They're bringing fish, right?
Oh, yeah. They're bringing in fish.
Yeah, that's right. It's a dinner bell.
Yes, because, again, Godzilla's going to come running when he smells piles of fish. He doesn't do that. The only time you ever saw monsters from Toho eating was Minya. He did get the little fruits thrown to him.
What has Godzilla ever eaten?
You don't see him eat.
And
Gaia, who actually ate a person. which was neat. You could pick them up,
maybe
start chewing
he's-
on them, and spit the clothes out.
He eating like whales or something? It has to be big. Or is he like a whale that eats like lots of little shrimp?
Yeah, but he doesn't have to eat because he's powered by nuclear energy. Remember, Godzilla has a core inside.
So why does he have teeth?
Because he's part dinosaur. Yeah, it's just kind of odd that French have
This
all
coffee
this.
tastes awful. I don't like
You
this
said
coffee.
it's French roast. It says a French roast. Wow. Yeah, but they have all this fancy equipment. I don't think they work for an insurance company.
I'm sure there's a serious scene coming up any minute now.
Yeah, it's coming. By the way, did you ever find a vending machine that sells camera?
No, I never seen
Cameras
that
on New
before.
York City?
Not even
I haven't found one of those.
15 years ago.
Well, that's 500 Fifth Avenue. Isn't that the Iron District?
Yeah. Unless this is like just a product placement thing where they wanted Kodak to get a...
Yeah, when Kodak wanted to make some money. Oh, God, Siskel and Ebert.
They made him look like them so...
I know, you got the fat guy and the skinny guy.
That's really...
Siskel and Ebert.
He's got the glasses. He's got everything. Had Siskel died already at that point, or was he still alive?
Oh, very clever that we put the big pile of fish.
Oh,
We got the pile of fish.
get it?
No
The poor guy couldn't even say anything. Meanwhile, while they're shooting Blade Runner... Oh my God, it's raining. I could never
Yeah,
predict
it's
that.
raining again.
Well, when we were watching the original, we kept saying how it's so much easier to
Well,
make it believable if it's night and it's
It's
dark
nighttime, yeah.
and there's like smoke or fog or something. And
but
I guess,
that helped get rid of some of
Right.
the wires.
Now, during the day, they were able to hide a lot of things, I guess, with the rain, and now at night, they're going to be able to hide even more.
Yeah. Now, this movie was mostly CGI, but I did read that they did have, later on in the film, there was a man in a suit. Not much.
Really?
But most of this was done with CGI.
If you notice it, point it out for me.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on towards the end of the film.
Look at the bright side, Mike. We're not even halfway done with this.
That's the bright side? Yeah. Smell the big... That's true, because he could be hiding anywhere.
So what are they going to do? Fan it? Fan the fish?
We had our Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, type movie, Fulton Street, coming over, but even the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms didn't eat fish.
I remember there was a certain point that it's coming up pretty soon where it's kind of like, I get it that this film was, in a way, made possible by the advancements in Jurassic Park, and the style is Jurassic Park-ish kind of effect styles, but the story even takes a Jurassic Park turn around the middle.
Towards the middle
like,
and to the
okay,
end.
I get it now. It's no longer a big thing against a little thing. Now it's going to be a whole bunch of things, little
But
things.
stop ruining it.
Are you honestly admitting that this movie could be ruined?
I'm doing my best to ruin it because it's not a Godzilla movie.
Dude, there's a crack on the street.
Wait, wasn't that a War of the Worlds?
Ew,
Well, look at blue chunks.
that's disgusting. Okay, this is like the old fisherman guy.
Yeah, I guess he smelled the fish.
What is that? Oh, that's his head. I'm like,
Yeah, believe it or not, that's his head.
so
See,
this
but
is
again,
this is finally the big
We finally
reveal.
get to see the reveal.
Well, almost.
Almost. And
Okay.
that's not Godzilla.
Now the sound.
What? The sound is similar. But look at that. Look at his head. It's wrong.
Why is
It's
he
a
taking pictures?
different style of a head. It's elongated. It's flat. And do
monkey.
you take a picture of a giant monster? He should be eaten. It should be like the Beast in 20,000 Fathoms.
Okay, what's the point
He
of
sat
this?
there and just snatched up the cop and ate him. Now, that was a cool scene.
Is this supposed to be cute?
Yeah, he looks into the eyes of the monster. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. You might get him angry. Yeah, get the finger going.
Ugh.
Like I said, the roar is similar, but the look is all wrong. I have no problems when on two legs.
One,
but the
one
shape
out
of the
two ain't
head
bad.
and all, you gotta change that. And the fact that he was hiding in the sewer, that makes no sense.
Get it? The fish?
Oh,
Get
yeah,
it?
look, and you got a little digital fish.
Get it? Digital fish.
No, even when you look at it, okay, we got the spines. He looks like a T-Rex,
And
but
even-
he's based on the iguana.
And if you notice, even the music is it's happy music. It's not serious, scary music. It's like John Williams-y happy music.
Yeah, it's E.T.'s finally shown up, and we should all be happy. Where's Fukabe's dramatic scores? Godzilla's walking through the Tokyo, destroying it. You got the military march. This is all
You were. I remember at one point you were talking about how one of the flaws of some of the older the later Godzilla films was they never addressed the destruction. Here, they're also doing something similar. Nobody seems to have been hurt.
Yeah, no one's died. All the holes in the buildings. And he's happy just to see a giant dinosaur. But I thought he was into worms. We're going to need a bigger boat. We need a bigger gun. Really? Seriously? See it again. More of his lines. Fire, fire. Can he ever speak with a normal...
He mumbles through that. Whoa, there goes that building.
Yeah, there goes the Iron District. Yeah, because why? You just duck down so you can blow up a building. That's not Godzilla. He just takes on he'll take on every shot, gunshot, you name it, and he survives.
Yeah, they got to be funny.
And again, well, here, they're shooting at him, and he just runs away. Godzilla doesn't run away. You don't run away. He sits, and he just destroys them.
Ooh, there's the
Now-
fire.
But is that fire?
Well, it looks like fire.
It's fire, but he didn't breathe fire. It's more of he just exhaled, and next thing you know, the cars blew up.
Wow, it's funny how the effects have gotten so much better. I mean, at the time, this was pretty good effects, but they have gotten so much better now. These effects still feel like kind of like old Batman movie effects.
Yeah. But again, he keeps running. We shouldn't see him running. He should be standing there taking the shots, and he sits there with his atomic breath blowing them up.
Wow, there's a
or
sound.
reaching out and swatting one if you want it and grab it and destroy it.
It looks like
You
they
don't
wanted him
run.
to be more like a King Kong character that is actually wounded and hurt and has to physically fight.
Yeah, but at least Kong, when he was on top of the Empire State Building, reached out and grabbed a plane. Said, "This is what? This is Independence Day. What other New York City monuments can you just blow up?"
Yeah. Well, that's their trademark. Their trademark of this director is destroying historical sites.
Again, ID4, it was fun. You blowing up. But the point was they were going to blow up New York City. And the aliens did that.
Somebody must have gotten killed. Oh, what's the... Oh, there you go.
Came from beneath the sea. A much better movie.
What's the gag that the missiles can't lock because he has his own heat signature or something like that? He generates
Oh, is it?
radiation or something.
See, of course, you always have the people that loot. There you go. Like, you can have some fun with a movie. Like, I always remember Godzilla Final Wars when they were in New York City, and you had the homeless guy and the pimp and the cop, and the cop is cursing, but they take all the curses out, so all of his lips don't match up to what he's saying. So it's like, ha ha ha, you're making fun of the Japanese lip syncing doesn't work. Yeah, that you can have fun with. Say, okay, that's cute. But this stuff, it's like, give me a break. Really?
What's that? Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's because he went through a building again. But were they firing at?
Let me guess. He's behind them.
We could be. That's you laugh at it. What are they shooting at?
Yep. Gee. I haven't seen this movie in years. And I still can predict it. All right, that guy did not survive.
No, I don't think he did.
Let's make one thing clear.
See, but at least he finally did that, but why was he running? In the beginning, he should have just stopped and do this and just go after him. Now it's more like you ticked him off. But again, where's Godzilla's breath weapon? He should be snapping at him.
We saw him use it once.
That wasn't a breath weapon. He was just roaring and an explosion. The real Godzilla movie, he should have sat there and just pop. He's gone.
Somebody should tell the helicopter guys, you can go higher than how high you're going.
Yeah.
You want to really stay away from him? Go high.
Pilot must be scared of heights.
You have that ability.
Have some candy. Seriously? Really?
Oh. That's a
but it's not
Beast of 20,000 Phantoms scene.
Like, parts of his roar is Godzilla's roar, but it's not. It doesn't look right.
Well, it sounds like they tried to redo the roar to be There's your favorite mumbler.
Yeah. And it keeps mumbling.
A
man who's in charge.
You're reading the script and it's your lines, and it's like, how come I can't seem to say a word?
Hey, director, why can't I not stutter? Is my character a stutterer?
I don't know.
It's totally under control. We gave him some dinner.
Yeah, we need to take a break from the action now to let the story catch up.
You need to, right.
We need some character development.
Right.
And
now
probably,
think about this.
And probably more product placement.
Audrey? Now think about this too. Take a step back.
Uh-oh.
The city's being destroyed. Okay, maybe they're in New Jersey. Maybe they're in New Jersey because that was the command center.
Oh, okay.
The little pharmacist is open that he can go and buy himself some pregnancy tests. If I was her, I would, even if I'm in New Jersey, I might be gone.
I mean, they know this thing can swim, so it could theoretically just cross over to Jersey and start heading
that's what I'm saying.
into the rest of the country.
You're hanging around. Why? And why does he need a pregnancy test?
Well, we know why, and he has a theory, but he doesn't want to tell the audience yet.
Yeah, we'll discuss that when they drop that bomb. Oh, wait, the movie's a bomb.
Oh. You know, Mike, if you can't say anything nice, you should try to say something different.
You want me to leave?
Can you please leave?
Because, you know, my suffering will stop once this movie is turned off.
Well, this was your idea. Oh, product placement.
Product placement. Sabrett hot dogs. Well, that's why we also need to do the original Godzilla movie.
You know what this movie needed? Muppets. This would have been a great Muppet movie. The Muppets meet Godzilla.
That might have worked.
Musical numbers, you know. Uh-oh, he's in scientist mode. He's got his glasses on. I don't see any eye patch on this guy.
No, he's not a...
He doesn't have a...
Not the mad scientist.
He doesn't have a big fish tank that he's going to turn them into little skeletons?
Not that I'm aware of. So he found a blood sample.
Gee, you think by now people are suspecting what's going on?
Okay, all fairness, yes. We all know that Son of Godzilla was made, and it was Godzilla's offspring, Minya.
Apologist.
Now, we all totally understand that,
Apologist.
but they never said if Godzilla is a male or a female.
Uh-oh. Isn't that something from Ferris Bueller?
What? Reproducing asexual?
Reproduction.
Oh, and everybody wants to come to New York City to reproduce.
It's the place to go.
Because it makes sense. He's going to nest.
Uh-oh. Now it's turning into Jurassic Park 2, 3.
Okay.
I'll just sit here and look pretty.
Seriously, a pregnancy test? Geez, at least in Beast in 20,000 Fathoms, when he found a blood sample, there was a disease and all the soldiers kept dropping. And that's why they had to use a nuclear, not nuclear, what was an isotope, a radioactive isotope, to destroy the cells. Now, if he really was inundated with radiation, now wouldn't the blood sample be full of radiation?
Well,
and wouldn't the pee be full of radiation?
Well, I mean, this goes back even to the original film. You know, everybody's getting radiation readings and stay away. So shouldn't everybody
yeah, but it should. And then all of a sudden, there's no radiation.
From radiation poisoning?
Yeah, now there's no radiation. There's nothing. Right, you start with this. He's radioactive. Godzilla. And then all of a sudden now he's dealing with the blood and fish and no mention about radiation anymore. So where'd all the radiation go?
I don't understand what's the big deal of this footage now. Everybody knows what they're dealing with. There's no big secret.
Yeah, what's the big secret? There's a giant dinosaur just destroyed part of New York City. Yeah, everybody knows about it. But see, the problem is the government knew about it.
Is that what their first sighting, top secret?
Right. And the government didn't say anything. The government could have saved lives and property destruction if they came out and told everybody.
Meanwhile, back in Gotham. CGI.
Meanwhile,
CGI.
knowing that Godzilla hides underground and burrows inside of buildings, you'd think they would have found him by now. I don't know. And I still remember as I was watching this movie, especially that whole scene, Godzilla's running from the military. I sat in the theater and I actually yelled out, "What the hell?" What?
But you didn't use hell.
No. I think I might use something else.
Well, obviously,
But it
these
was sat
tunnels
there.
are too small for Godzilla to be going through.
Right. But, oh, wait, that might be him. Because it's a wall. Nah, that's because you need to turn around. But again, don't you think you would have realized what that was? If you look at the tunnel and all of a sudden it's all broken up and it's all jagged edges, don't you sit there and go, I think we found something.
Taco Bell. Product placement.
Where's Taco Bell?
The bag,
There's Taco Bell.
the bag over there.
But that was always the joke, too, in Godzilla 85, when they released. It was Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper was all over, and they had that one big soda machine in the back as...
Well, we've been seeing a lot of...
once they stood there, it had Dr. Pepper, and you went, yep, that's the product placement.
The producers would like to thank Dr. Pepper.
Meanwhile, back in New Jersey,
Still raining.
back to the French.
It's like... It's too big. There's too many elements here. There's too many characters. It's bloated. You know what's a better movie than this?
Cloverfield. I knew you were going to say Cloverfield.
Not only that, but Cloverfield should have been an unofficial Godzilla movie.
Well, remember, there was always rumors that was Cloverfield a new Godzilla movie?
Yeah. It should have been a Godzilla movie that you don't find out it's Godzilla till the movie's over.
Until it's over.
Even though it looked nothing like it.
But he's eating all of his candy.
Is it Reese's Pieces? I forget. There's got to be a point to the other guy always being sick. It's a setup for something. Why are these guys dressed like it's the 70s?
Tato, they call him the worm guy. See? Back to the worm guy. I'm so stupid.
Yo, turn up the TV.
That's what I say. Oh, what these? Hey, Adrian!
How does he know that?
Because he looked around and saw the words origin of the species. Get call him a bad name.
Well, there you go. That's probably the only part you like about the movie.
Yeah. And then credits.
Yeah.
Whoop. How did you know? Yeah, how did they do that? She? No more worm guy. I've been betrayed.
Ooh, the
A
movie's
dozen eggs.
The movie's serious for like 5 minutes now.
Yeah, and it's still bad. Yeah, find the nest fast so we can end this movie.
Oh, a new day, a new rainstorm.
That's not.
So it's been raining for what, 3
Nice
days
rain?
now?
Yeah, it's been told you it's the monsoon season. Look at that. He's being thrown out, but he still gets an escort with an umbrella. Hey, look at that. A payphone.
What is that?
You don't get to see many payphones.
Baskin Robbins.
I think you should deck her.
Now, but she was going to air it anyway, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was going to air it with her.
Yeah, that helps.
You blab like a typical woman. Look, Coors. I'm not the only one that's pregnant. No?
I'm Batman.
There's that Catwoman.
Oh, here we go. You know what? I think I'd rather go back to the stupid, funny, try to be funny part of the movie.
Yeah, this is the serious part. Yes.
Now it's it's not a sitcom. Now it's a romantic comedy.
no more. Yes.
It's the feel movie.
I screwed up.
The feel good movie of the summer.
Still love me because we were college sweethearts and I never forgot about you.
Oh boy, he told her off. There's Baskin Robbins again.
Newark Airport. Like seriously, do you think flights are flying right now? There's a giant dinosaur attacking New York City, but you can go to New Jersey and still fly out.
Of course.
Meanwhile, how many helicopters are all over the area?
Scattered. Hey, yo, get over here.
That's why I said, oh yeah, hey.
You know what this movie needs right now? Product placements.
More product placements?
More product placements.
Or more guys with the Brooklyn accent. Oh
Hey,
yeah,
over
hey you.
here. I'm on the other
Over
side of the
here.
bridge.
Yo, Adrian. You're very quiet, Mike. Adrian.
Oh, wait. Isn't there a scene coming up now? Or we already saw that?
God, yeah, what scene do we get to see now?
Look, the sky's clear. It's blue skies. You see that?
It's raining. No, that's because you're not in the airport car. Oh. It's Maurice Chevalier. Oh.
I am kidnapping you, you silly muppet.
As you see, I am the bad guy.
I am French actor Jean Reno.
And why does France care about a giant lizard?
I can't talk about that.
Don't you think you may want to at least maybe bring in the Japanese to have some kind of connection?
No.
Instead, it's the
But
French.
then you can't hire Jean Reno.
Yes, and he wants to find a nest. Shouldn't you be a hitman killing people or something?
That's right. It's like right now the movie's like, where are we here? What's going on?
We're in that secret staging headquarters in New Jersey.
What's the point?
How'd the French government get all those weapons in?
There you go. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so they're blaming the French now for the whole thing.
They're here to clean it up.
We are going to clean up the mess.
They're going to clean up the mess and take out the giant dinosaur.
Okay, if you must.
We must. We must. It's an interesting twist, but really, why is it okay? Well, we actually created the dinosaur.
No, I'll tell you what the twist is. The twist is that they need a break from the special effects, so they have to do something while they're,
Okay, but why not keep it with the military? No, now you got to bring in the French Secret Service.
I don't know. Maybe if you keep splitting up the story, people won't get bored. Add more characters. Just keep adding more characters.
I'm still waiting for the space aliens to show up. Oh, wait, that's ID4. Right. So you bring everybody in. Yo, not for nothing.
Scooby-Doo?
I know, you gotta love Scooby's in the background. No read the panic. The movie will be over soon.
Now, did this movie make any money?
Actually, it did, surprisingly.
Wasn't it not somewhat of a hit?
It was somewhat of a hit. It made money overseas. I remember it was a disappointment here in the U.S.
What other movies were here that year? Do you remember?
I don't remember. But they were all better than this.
But I remember there was an anxious wait for it. People were like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, that teaser trailer blew people away.
Well, we knew we were going to get some good explosions and the city being destroyed. So, yeah, we look forward to it. I mean, that's part of some of the fun of the Godzilla movies later on. It's all the miniatures, the destruction, the fighting. So there was a possibility that it was going to be a good movie. And it just didn't do that.
I wonder if they were expecting to do a sequel from this.
There was talks to do a sequel. Now, you did get the cartoon. I mean, you didn't get a sequel of a live-action movie, but there was a cartoon. I think it ran 2 years on Channel 5. I refused to watch that for some reason. I'm not sure why. I didn't like this movie, so I didn't really want to watch the cartoon. But yeah, we always heard there was rumors of possibly doing it again. Now, I don't know what the second movie would have been. Serious?
Kazuki would have been in it.
Yeah. Yeah, because all Americans all sit there chewing gum. Yeah, more stupid comedy. I think if we edit out all the comedy to this movie,
then you have
there's really nothing left.
Just the dinosaur.
Just Godzilla running around. Now, I always remember it when this movie came out and I went to G-Fest. Of course, that year we all talked about how bad this movie was. And there was a couple of guys that... Well, actually, take a step back. This Godzilla was nicknamed Gino by some fans.
Okay.
It was called Godzilla in name only. So we all call him Gino. Because that's what he is. Yeah, he's called Godzilla, but it's not Godzilla. So I always thought that was clever. It was like, Gino.
Now, was this the reaction after seeing it, or even before?
This was after. No, this was after seeing it. There were a lot of people. But yeah, there was a lot of the fans. We all sat there and said how awful this was. It sounded like a Texan.
Is that Andy Richter?
Yeah, like it's Elvis. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So, but yeah, I always remember a lot of us fans. We all hated this movie. It was so bad. It was so much of a disappointment.
Wow, this is like this is definitely a second act where shifting. You can hear the gears grinding as you shift to the second act of the film.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the story how after I saw this movie I got sick? This is a true story. I remember watching this movie and, like I said, sitting in the theater going, "What the hell?" And going, "This isn't a Godzilla movie."
I am so...
And I wasn't feeling well towards the end. I ended up with the flu the next day. Ooh. And I always said that this was the catalyst to making me really sick.
Blaming the movie.
I blame the movie. I even took off from work to see this in the afternoon. That's how much I was waiting for. Great, get to see the Godzilla movie. I'm taking off from work. I'm doing an afternoon show. I got sick after watching this movie. That's pretty bad. Quick, listen. We hear tin cans rolling.
Oh, I guess we're going back to the movie now. I think
someone
decided it's time to go back to the movie we were watching.
Right. Yeah, the little interlude, the dramatic interlude. Yeah, now we're back to let's have the real movie again. Well, let's bring Godzilla back. Because, well, he has been absent for a while. Okay, doesn't anybody figure out what's going to happen? See, it'd be different if he was Baragon, which we knew he sits and he tunnels under the ground.
Now he's moving
now he's walking like a lizard.
Like a lizard, like a...
Yeah, like a gecko.
Like a four-legged animal.
Yeah, maybe you should start filming.
The more I see this, the more I want to watch Cloverfield.
More to see this, more you want to what?
Want to watch Cloverfield.
Oh, yeah, well, Cloverfield was a better film. Even with their, going in the subway and...
it has some
a little
of this,
bit. It's got a little
we'll see
bit.
In a little bit. When we actually get to see the nest.
Oh, God, yeah, we got to see the nest soon.
That's Act 3, Mike. Please don't ruin it.
Oh, yeah. We all know what Act 3 is. Jurassic Park.
The Muppets Take Manhattan.
You know what is amazing, though? How the French spy and the reporters can find the tunnel in the cave where Godzilla is, but the military can't? What a coincidence. Oh, we know exactly where it is. Now, here's the other thing. If Godzilla is really digging underneath all the buildings, shouldn't some of these buildings start falling apart?
Hey, I found them!
Yeah, should they all be collapsing in?
Yeah, you should be seeing buildings.
Buildings should start falling in.
All that tunneling should be
Right, all that
weakening all
tunneling
the
is
structures.
weakening everything.
Wait, he's got to go south because they have to go to the 30s, don't they? Isn't that where the nest is? In the 32nd?
Well, don't ruin it, but yeah. He was there at 34th Street. He was at
34th?
Madison Square Garden. Oh, sorry, spoiler warning.
Yeah, but he's going to Central Park.
Yeah, now he's in Central Park.
He's got to use the bathroom.
Oh, look, it's all green, man. No, he found his litter box. And again, it's raining.
It has not stopped raining since we got to New York.
Isn't that what people say when they come to New York? Oh, I wish it would stop raining.
Maybe they were supposed to shoot this in Seattle.
Maybe that was it. Just, you get it to change the head. It's long, it's flat.
But it's got the like the Tyrannosaurus Rex walk, you know.
Yeah.
The little baby
but he
arms
really doesn't
and
have to.
No, I'm saying
Because
that
they kept showing the iguanas in the beginning,
they decided
so
to go. You know.
he should be running on all fours.
Well, that's the thing. If you go the iguana route, then it's all fours. Then you'll be complaining about that.
Oh, shoot him already.
Shooting now, shooting now.
He doesn't have to shoot you now. He doesn't have to shoot me now.
Is he trying to be friendly?
At least one guy was smart. He ran. Oh, come on. Wait till you see the blue of his eyes.
Is that another pile of fish?
Yeah, another big pile of fish.
Ugh.
Because, you know, Godzilla's motivated by fish. Don't you think maybe he's looking at the bright lights
Michael,
going...
you missed it. He didn't stutter.
I know, you didn't stutter. He's not stupid. He figured out what you were doing.
Oh, boy. They're not going to knock down another building.
Eh. Well, who thought that he's going to go after fish again?
Okay,
Yeah,
all
and
those helicopters...
Too many helicopters.
All those helicopters in that close, confined space firing at the same time would be blowing
They would
each
all
other
be-
to bits.
Exactly. I love all the heat-seeking... All the missiles are missing.
Are they implying that he's generating like an external heat source? That's why they miss, or they're just bad shots?
He's saying he's so cold that the heat seekers can't find him and attack him. But really, it's like hitting the side of a barn. How do you miss him? Oh, he's diving in the water.
Swan dive.
Would you love to? There's not much of a wave.
Oh, this should be
Yeah,
fun.
submarine.
We haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, but I don't think you can get that many submarines in the East River. That's the same as him. How many times do you see that guy?
He's been in every... He's always like a government cop or an agent or...
See, now I didn't mind the Godzilla swimming because he did swim.
Doesn't
He was
do
good
like
underwater.
the up and down thing?
At least the first movie he walked on the ocean floor.
All right, this is something different. Can't they just hit him once just to see what happens?
No. Because he's that big and fast that he can evade missiles and rockets. It really should be. Let him take a direct hit. He's not going to get hurt.
So what happens to these missiles when they miss?
I don't know.
Do they just sink to the bottom and...
Nope, turned around.
Oh, they're heat seekers. I thought you said there was no heat, Michael.
But again, if it was the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms...
Oh, he's pulling the old...
Yep, the old... Let me turn around and have the rockets go back to the guys who fired it.
We've seen this before.
I think it would have been better if he sat and just destroyed the sub. That's me. Nah, he should have just picked him up and crushed him.
Oh well, all gone.
Again, I don't think the river's that big.
All right, for those of you interested, we're coming to the end of our second act of this 3-act play that we're watching.
Right, now he's going back to Manhattan. But wait, we didn't have our great chase scene yet. It's more the monster battle.
I like how he swims. I like the wiggling of the tail.
I don't know why they just didn't unload all the torpedoes.
Because then he would pull that move again and... Uh-oh, banged his head on something. Oh, all right, movie's over. Everybody go home now.
Movie's over.
We did it.
Two torpedoes, Mike. Two torpedoes took him out.
You don't have to double check. You don't have to double check.
Target destroyed.
Exactly. It says target destroyed. Oh, wait, look, there he is. He is going down.
All right. Movie's over.
Oh, look at that. Thank God this movie's over.
Okay, everybody get off the theater.
So when are we going to...
Pick up your popcorn buckets.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Wait.
Or are we?
Why are we still down in the tubes?
Is this a bonus scene, Mike?
I thought this movie was over. They didn't say this was the extended cut.
Oh.
Is it?
Alternate ending.
This is the alternate ending?
Shouldn't there be credits rolling about now?
I was hoping there'd be credits rolling.
It stopped raining.
Why, that's Madison Square Garden. Look all the fishies. Oh, look at, see, I was right. It's Madison Square Garden. So that's the ice ring.
So are you trying to tell me this movie's not over?
This movie's not over.
Oh.
I thought you said you enjoyed this movie. This movie sucks. It should have been over like an hour ago.
It had some interesting scenes, but it is about an hour too long.
Yeah. Do you think? I think it's about 2 hours too long.
According to the DVD box, it's 139 minutes. If there's at least 10 minutes of credits, that means this movie is 2 hours.
Plus. Oh, yeah, really? Yeah, I know.
2 hours, 10 minutes.
I
2
sat
hours
through this thing, too. Just want to remind you, last time I saw this movie was, 10 years ago. I only watched it to make sure the disc worked since my friend Mike over here bought me the movie so I can complete my collection. Because I refused to spend a dime on this movie. I did not want this thing sitting on my shelf, but the good friend Mike over here went, you got to keep the collection going. It is a Godzilla movie.
I let you go out and buy the Blu-ray.
So now you're blaming Mike.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying that my good friend over there bought it for me.
I don't even remember if I saw it in the theater. I must have, I imagine, but I can't remember, honestly.
Well, like I said, I did. What a crappy day. Oh, I was annoyed that day.
So we are officially in the third act right now.
Yes. Now we're into Jurassic Park.
Now we're watching Alien. This is the egg chamber, but it's all populated by midgets.
Right, but where's the queen? Where's the alien queen? Wait, those aren't face huggers, are they?
I hope not. They'd be huge.
But that could be interesting. Are they face huggers? And they jumped out? They started killing people?
It's the Nostromo. So it looks like the eggs are all over the seats in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Now, why don't you just take an axe and just start breaking them all up?
Let's open one up. What the hell?
Let's open one up and find out what happens. Well, we killed Mommy. We killed the mother. Here's the other thing, too. We always talk about the music to the movies. Like, this music, it was all right. It was generic.
Do you know who the composer is?
David Arnold. He did Independence Day.
Oh, okay. So it must be the guy they always use.
Yeah, it's the guy they always use. I'm trying to think who else. What other movies he's done. Like I said, the music's
it sounds
okay.
Kind of like generic-y kind of music.
But I tell you, there's a 3 CD set. All the music you want from this movie. Which I'm actually surprised because, again, the movie wasn't that great, and it wasn't, welcomed with that many fans that they would release a 3 CD set.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was kind of weird. I mean, obviously, there's enough David Arnold fans out there that they wanted the movie, the music. It is kind of weird. Don't the eggs do look like facehugger eggs from Aliens?
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Squishy, squish.
Squishy, squishy.
Squishy, squishy.
Go ahead. Put your ear to it.
That's a great idea.
Great idea.
That is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, you got more than one problem.
Yeah, you got like 100 problems. Now, I think this might be where the man in the suit or the puppets...
Yeah, that would make sense.
I heard somewhere in the smaller versions of Godzilla there actually was a guy in a suit.
Or the puppetry where they use like rod puppets.
Yeah.
It could be
but
that.
I did hear they did some scenes, one or two, that... Yeah, they were inside the Godzilla suit. But it's these little raptor...
Right, this is Jurassic Park.
Right. Yeah. Maybe you want to start backing up. Well, it's a good thing the fish were there. Yeah, don't you want what? There's the one behind you. Yeah, let's turn around. So this scene reminds me of Rodan, when Rodan first comes out from inside the giant egg, and he starts eating up all the meganeuron.
This reminds me
that was pretty neat.
Jurassic Park when
this is them
raptors
coming out.
Are running wild through the...
Yeah, now they're going to sit and eat all the fish. Ooh, you smell like fish?
Yeah, those are puppets.
Well, if you smell like fish, that's a good thing, right? They won't eat you. Oh, wait, because you smell like fish. Forget the fact that little creatures coming out of eggs are hungry, that they would want to eat things.
I mean, there's pretty good effects. Combination of CGI and rod puppets, but obviously it's not Godzilla. It's a nice Jurassic Park film.
Godzilla was never the size of a man. But this is where it turns into Jurassic Park.
With big alien eggs.
It's Jurassic Park. So now, like you said, you got the raptors.
Ooh.
So now we get to see them fight raptors. Hey, didn't we sit over there, Mike, at Gate 56 in Madison Square Garden for the hockey games? I don't remember. What was our section?
We don't have enough C4.
Everything go boom, but we get eaten first.
Uh-oh. Does he got the C4?
Well, he's got something in his mouth. Was that the detonator?
Close the door. Oh, he's dead.
Why not just push the button? Yeah, you smell like fish. And yes, it's Jurassic Park. Let's fight all the raptors.
Yep.
Hey, look, they died. I actually saw guys get killed in this movie.
I think this is the first time, other than the helicopter pilots.
Well, you didn't see them, really. I would love to meet, like, one of these actors and say, did you really enjoy doing this movie? Did you really think it sucked as bad as it does after it came out? Did you really think this is a good movie or you were getting paid to do it? That's what I'd want to know. Did you really think it would further your career to say that I starred in the remake of the Godzilla movie?
It's another paycheck for a lot of these people.
Are any of them any fans of the original?
No.
Do you think? That's what I'd love to find. Have I ever found Hank Azaria? Love to ask him.
Well,
Were you ever a fan of the original
bet you
movies?
if you ever watch any of like the press kits or anything for this film, they'll have interviews with the top stars saying how much they think this is going to be great, and we want to honor the original film and blah blah blah.
Oh wait, back to Siskel and Ebert. I forget. Does he ever give it the finger, the thumbs up or down?
Wouldn't be surprised. Oh. Good idea.
Let's be serious again.
Come on, you got about 20 minutes left. Do it.
Oh, God, 20 more minutes of this? Oh, God, end my life now. Well, I see he would, because he's working for the United States government. You're just the mayor.
What's he getting, an axe? Oh, no.
It's okay, you got a super spy. He knows what he's doing. And again, you love it. The phone number's 555.
Of course it is. It has to be. Look, product placement. There's a soda machine. Come on, you gotta show it again. Was it Coke?
Like I said, maybe it's Dr. Pepper.
Okay, funny moment. Now he's got to put coins in it.
Hey, at least he had change. All circuits are busy. My God, no. Mike, they didn't make it.
We must stop and make some tea.
2 of the lucky guys didn't make it. Yeah, they sent the guy with no military training. Yeah, go around through the building that's filled with little raptor things. Don't worry about it. You'll survive. And don't worry, you don't have a gun.
That's what I would have done.
Well, if you're going to send somebody, I wouldn't send me. Yeah, I want to send somebody else.
I don't think you have a choice.
Hey, just think. This is all part of Jurassic Park. Let's go in the ceiling.
Oh, are you Private Dead Meat?
Yes, that's Private Dead Meat.
We have this red shirt we'd like you to try on. Okay.
Okay. It's very fashion coordinating. Gee, again, Mike, what were you? Gate 29? Here we go. Now, knowing that there's little Godzillas and little lizards running around and you hear the noises, would you really run towards the door and look around?
Oh, Bacardi. This moment brought to you by Bacardi. Look at the feet. Yeah. You can tell that it's bad. It's maybe in a movie theater it'd be a lot darker, so you don't see a lot of the imperfections.
Yeah, but like I said too, it's an older movie.
Oh no, for the time,
and for the time, it was good.
It was top notch,
and they did work on improving all the special effects.
Now it's almost like Sci-Fi Channel quality.
Sharktopoulos. Oh no, that's Tartopoulos. What was his name again? Was his name Sharktopoulos? What was the worm guy's real name?
Boink, boink.
Oh yeah, like that wasn't a raptor.
Wait, where is he just there?
Well, the garden all looks the same.
Coke machine on the other side? Oh. Close the door.
Close those doors. Yeah, look through the window next time.
Yeah, you do have a window.
Yeah. Yeah, but don't worry, they're not smart enough to open up the doors. Oh wait, that was Jurassic Park.
Right. Plus, these doors are not even locked.
Yeah, none of them are locked. You just got to push on it. Oh, popcorn. I don't know, is that popcorn?
There's that Coke machine I was telling you about.
No, you're stuck in the middle of all those raptors, so why would it be good? this is just, yeah. Quick, close the door. Yeah, it's action adventure. And the music. Popcorn.
That's like a Gremlins moment.
Yeah, wrong floor. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Oh, they're both up there now. Good. Well, we know they like popcorn. So instead of getting a big mountain of fish, they can just get popcorn.
You get all that popcorn. Uh-oh. Hey, wait, Matthew Broderick didn't have popcorn? Oh, he did have popcorn. And just in the right amount of time, the ceiling collapses.
Oh, ow.
You know what you think about it, though? It's a VHS tape, so even though he cracked it, you can just take the tape out and kind of take all the film that you already have.
I mean, I know that's an older machine, that it's not like a hard drive or an SD card type of thing, but
Yeah.
it has to have a videotape in there back then.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You can just pull the videotape out.
It's like it looks like a high 8 camera or something. Like one of the old high 8s.
See, you remember the tape?
There you go. There you go. He got the tape. Oh, they finally realized there's locks on the doors.
Well, you can lock the door. Lock the door and hope they don't have blasters.
An internet? What's an internet?
An
Mike?
internet. Would you love the ID for Independence Day?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Independence Day alien sitting on top of the on top of the console.
A different kind of product placement. There it is.
You love it. Sitting going, what is that? Oh, Independence Day.
Oh yeah.
There you go, Sony.
Ruffles.
Now, how many more product placements you want to find? I think, therefore, I am.
Ruffles is a big one.
Why would I put you on live? See, that's what Jurassic 4 should be like. Raptors loose in Central Park
Well,
and in the subway.
The Lost World they actually got into the city,
Right.
but they stayed at the pier or
They got the
something.
pier-
So
the T-Rex didn't go very far. No, you really need him to go far.
to go crazy. Well, that's I was
let him
always
get
hoping
free.
they would do a Jurassic Park in that manner.
I did hear Jurassic Park 4 is in the works.
Yeah, they're working on
Or
that one.
5.
I'm not sure what the storyline will be. So,
You know what? It'd be better than this movie.
and you know what? I even liked Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's
I thought it was good.
Great, but it's fun. Again, they take themselves serious.
Right.
They don't
You
do
have
this
to take it.
goofiness.
It's too many jokes and and they're very hungry. But again, that's not a Godzilla movie. You're not supposed to have these little things that are the size of a man and say, oh, it's a Godzilla creature. No, it's not. Godzilla's supposed to be big. You should have been blasting him out. You should be breathing fire. You should be doing a lot of other things.
All right.
No, that's them. If you don't eliminate the giant ants, they could take over the world.
There's the stutterer guy.
He's not stuttering yet.
That's Jurassic Park.
That was Dr. Takapaka. What was his name again?
What are you trying
the worm
to say?
Guy. Should have been I told you so, I told you so.
They should have done this at least 45 minutes ago.
Good, kiss her. You're both going to die. You're going to get eaten by velociraptors. Oh, sorry, wrong movie.
Close enough.
The French guy looked pissed.
I get it.
Look, 660 WFAN. I would have had a heart attack by now with all the little raptors jumping out. Where'd you find this guy?
That's the punchline.
Yeah.
Isn't this like Independence Day? The end of Independence Day?
Yeah. We're going to have one shot.
Where's the guy on the crop duster?
Well, you know what happens when they eat all the fish?
Fish burps?
Yep. Quick, no, don't go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew that was coming. Okay. There you go. Keep running. Really? No. You got basketballs, soccer balls. There's
Okay.
the gumballs.
Well, I told you this was a Muppet movie.
Or as Mike says, can I have 10,000 marbles, please? Yes, because we all know dinosaurs can't stand on gumballs.
Could happen.
And I want them to do that in Jurassic Park. Throw out a bunch of basketballs at the velociraptors and see if they fall over.
Oh boy, that's a good
No?
idea. Hi guys.
Raptor got game.
Raptor got back.
They got game, man.
Hi guys.
Found them all.
Swatch. This moment brought to you by Swatch.
By Swatch. Yeah, I'm getting sick. When is this over?
We're almost there. See, she's even asking the same question. I wish we had less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know, 30 seconds.
What did they bring the
Yeah, they
the
brought the
basketballs with them?
gumballs. They brought everything. Oh, yeah, that's going to stop them forever. Man, they all should have been picked off one at a time. And, of course, he grabbed another camera.
Okay, you're out of everything.
Yeah, like that was gonna stop them. Hey, Madison Square Garden, why is it round? Foxtrot. I'm sorry. I'm surprised he didn't do that. Foxtrot won.
There you go. That's the Devlin shot. Blowing up icons is what they do best.
There we go. That's it. Blowing up a New York City icon. See, now again, you think this movie's over. Is this movie over?
Mike, this is the end of the third act. Come on. Give me a break.
You mean it's not over?
It's like Return of the King. There's 28 straight.
Is how many acts to the end? Yeah. How many endings in Return of the King?
Where's Frodo?
Why now they're dancing on the bed?
How can the Eagles just pick Frodo up in the beginning of the movie, brought him to Mount Doom, and threw the ring in? The sentimental kiss.
And now these two are going to kiss.
French kiss?
Oh, get it? Because he's always looking
looking for the cup of coffee.
Yeah, okay. All right. Goodbye. All right, well, the music tells me this is over. Right?
Right.
Wait.
It should be.
Are they pulling a Terminator on us?
Shouldn't it be over? You mean it's not?
What's that smell? Is it fish or bullshit?
Yeah, somehow Godzilla, who was in the river, which we saw float to the bottom, is back inside of Madison Square Garden. And you just killed all of his offspring.
Oh, boy. Oh, he's going to be pissed.
There's a couple of dead ones. Okay, is he going to nudge it? Okay, nudge it. Uh-oh.
He's going to be pissed.
See, but again, even the music is all peaceful and happy. Wait a minute. No, the mother just came out and found the young. Very. See, in Richard Godzilla movie, he would just look at you, open up his mouth, and you get shot with a radioactive fire, and you'd be wiped out. You'd be gone.
Look at the bright side. At least this wasn't in 3D.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to spend $14 or $18 to watch this thing.
Today it would have been on 3D.
KFC.
Woo! Another product placement.
See, but again, he doesn't breathe fire. It's just a big roar. It's just a big roar. Godzilla should be breathing fire. Yeah, re-elect the mayor.
Mayor Ebert.
And he got and he's got the thumbs up. So Siskel and Ebert, yeah.
That could happen.
But you gotta wonder, they did that on purpose because did Sony tell them we want Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel in the movie?
I don't know if they're kissing up to them or a preemptive kiss up or some weird something. Or they wanted to make them like bad guys. Like, incompetent characters.
Yeah.
Where did he get a camera from?
He grabbed it while he was up in the studio. And I just want to point out the fact that, see, this is a New York City taxi cab.
Yeah.
A New York City taxi cab can take anything.
Oh.
Any kind of damage. Look at it.
They
has traction in the rain.
They could be in a military vehicle right now and be in
slides
pieces.
over. Right. But because it's a New York City taxi cab, not a problem.
Whoa.
Again, Godzilla just went poof, gone.
Maybe you can call this a bonus act. Because we're definitely beyond Act 3. This is like Act 4 now.
No, this is the chase scene because, everybody likes a chase scene.
They're not even bothering to engage the military. He's just after them now.
Well, of course, because he killed the offspring.
It's like Jaws. Oh, somebody fall, go boom.
He fall down. I think he should have just ran on all fours and go even faster.
What's he going to throw?
That would have been good.
What did he just throw at them?
Oh, the taxi cab.
What is that? How does the taxi cab do it?
I think they had GPS. I'm trying to remember back in 98. I think it's because he had a GPS signal or something.
If you say so, Mike.
These are the fun things, too. I don't know many back alleys in Manhattan.
And nothing is ever blocked. They can just drive through anywhere at 60 miles an hour. Ooh.
See, again, the car just explodes. He's not really breathing fire. That's why it's just wrong. Wrong. It's not a Godzilla movie. Godzilla should be up and running. Okay, radio frequency. There you go. And Godzilla's a force of nature that you can't stop.
How the hell is that supposed to... I don't know. 75-20. That's what the meter said. His head stuck.
And he's not stuttering.
Now he's stuttering.
Yeah.
It's catchy.
It catches.
What, do they have a magic bullet now that we haven't seen yet?
Of course. Okay, you can say that's clever.
I still don't understand how has anything changed for the military that they can do something different.
I don't know.
So far,
Because they've got a plan.
they don't have that magic device we saw in the other film.
They've got something. Found him.
All right, I think we walk from here.
See, again, it's a New York City cab. Even in the jaws of a monster, you can't destroy it. And that you would survive.
Yes, you are.
And if, you just keep revving the motor and it'll spit you out. Where's his uvula?
Oh, come on. Come on.
Well, Godzilla did shy away from electricity in King Kong versus Godzilla. Not sure if you would shock him from inside of his mouth. Yeah, go, go, go. Come on, end this movie already.
Definitely.
My misery.
It could have been an hour shorter.
And again, why did he want a suspension bridge?
Unless they're going to... Again, I don't understand.
You know, it made sense because it's all the steel cables.
So he's going to get caught in a net type of deal?
Exactly. You're catching him in a net.
Oh, I got an idea. We'll throw him in the water. We'll drown him. Oh, no, wait.
But now you can get the F-16s to shoot. And this time they're going to get him.
So are we to
Take
believe...
all of us out of our misery.
Are we to believe that... Okay, so he is hurt now, according to this.
According to this, it looks like he's hurt.
So all along, he was just good at dodging bullets.
Right.
Okay. If that's your defense, Mike.
And again, that's a great taxi. That thing just takes off. See, now you can see blood.
Like, why wouldn't there be like 100 fighters?
Yeah, where'd all the helicopters go?
Are we supposed to feel bad now?
Yeah, now he's going to feel bad because he's a scientist and they should have killed it. But he studies worms.
That's all right. I'll always have worms. I don't know about you, but
And he's going down.
doesn't seem enough. I don't think it's enough to me.
Ah, he finally hit the taxi.
See, you're being so critical of that taxi cab.
Really? And it's raining again. You
I
notice
didn't
it
I didn't
wasn't
notice
raining?
that it stopped raining. It was beauty that killed the beast.
Yeah. Is Frenchie going to walk up with a gun and just put a bullet to its head? Okay, it's all taken care of. We can all go home now, eh?
I still don't get it.
Now it's pouring.
I'm telling you. They should have had like 100 planes waiting for it.
See, but now he's still alive. I'd have F-15 just come by with more missiles, just blow the crap out of him. Do you hear it? His heartbeat.
It was all a dream.
And the light went out in his eyes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And the bonus act is over.
Can we go? Can we go now? Yeah, there was much cheering. Yay, the movie's over! Woo!
But they were cheering
Woo!
like 45 minutes ago.
Oh, well, because they thought they killed him.
Now, where are all these people coming from?
They're
Were
all
they
in
just on
they're
the
all in
street
Brooklyn.
waiting? They didn't evacuate when they were told to evacuate?
Exactly.
What's that hippie doing back there?
Now Godzilla burgers for everyone.
Get
She's
it?
gonna kill him.
Get it? I'm gonna kill. You get it? Oh, great.
Ew, don't do that. He's got germs and a cold.
Where's the Rangers and the Knicks gonna play now? They blew up the garden.
Oh no. Yeah, where are the Rangers and the Knicks gonna play? There's no.
Oh, Get it? They're arguing? Oh, come on.
There you go. We got you a thumbs up. Gene. Come on, Gene. Was the other guy Roger?
Oh, my God.
And he's back to stuttering.
What are you talking about? What?
Huh?
Who? Who's this?
What'd you say?
What's the point of that? What is the point?
I don't know.
Let me guess. Will she hit him?
You think? Punch him? Kick him? No, not even a deck him? Push him? Nothing? And Frenchie took the tape.
Uh-oh.
What'd you think about that? Yeah, who cares?
Well, what happened to the tape he had in his hand?
Right. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, good. Jeez, it's all over the news and radio. Like Philippe's gonna keep the tape and bring it back to France?
But who cares?
Who cares?
This is like the biggest story the news has had, and they've all covered it. And that's not the tape from the small camera.
No. He should have the other tape.
I don't know.
It's just so bad. Help. Yes, because we wanted the French was going to save the day. This is not a Godzilla movie.
Philippe. His name is Philippe. And it's over for the 7th time.
It could be worse.
Do you think? Do we hope it's over? I hope it's over. It should have been over 2 hours ago.
But it could be worse, Mike.
All right, they have to finish it now. They have to.
Well, the music's finally building up to an ending.
For the 7th rainy day.
But wait.
Uh-oh.
But wait, they're not done yet.
Uh-oh.
Because in the midst of the burning basketballs...
What burning basketballs?
Because they blew up.
I thought that they threw them all on the floor. How did they get back on the rack?
Right, where those basketballs come from?
Wow.
Wait a minute. Is that an egg that didn't hatch? Is it possible there could be a sequel to this crappy movie?
No.
I thank God there was no sequel to this crappy movie.
Not even a straight-to-video.
I'm glad there wasn't even a straight-to-video movie.
You know what the sequel is called? It's called the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, Sharktopoulos. The
return
of the worm guy.
Yeah. Get it?
Yeah, they left it wide open for a sequel. And thank God we did not get a sequel. This movie's not a Godzilla movie. It's a piece of garbage.
There it is. Mayor Ebert. And what was his assistant's name?
Sonia...
Gene.
Gene, mayor's aide.
Gene. I'm actually more interested in the story behind those two characters as to why they had to, name them after them than the entire film.
I really don't care. And for the record, I will not be watching this movie again. I did this for you and for our Geekfest Rants.
Listen.
That I would sit...
Geekfest Rants?
Geekfest Rants. That's what I should do is Geekfest Rants. Geekfest Rants. I did this just to... tell everybody how this movie sucked.
This is actually one less movie in your collection that you can actually say you watched.
This movie is awful. It's not a Godzilla movie. It's not even close. It doesn't look like him. He doesn't breathe fire. He doesn't fight the military.
Do you think it's possible to edit this movie down so it's better?
Yeah, to the opening credits and the end credits. And just take out everything in between. And you might have a decent movie. And the old guy going, Godzilla. That was cool. Everything else, just throw it out the window.
Do you think that guy might be some old actor that has some connection?
Not that I'm aware of. But I'll be honest, I never wanted to learn much about this movie. Because it stinks. It's awful. It's not a Godzilla movie.
Well, like I said, at the time, it was much better than it is now. Now, it's Sci-Fi Channel territory.
It's bargain basement DVD territory.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is probably in the $5 shelf.
But again, I was waiting for it. I wanted to see it. And after I saw it, I walked out going, this movie sucks.
And
it's awful.
And even though you said
why
that it did make some money, it wasn't a blockbuster, but it did make some money. I'm pretty sure they took a bath on the toys. The toys, I think, stayed on the shelves for months and months, and ended up like in the outlet toy stores at one point because they couldn't unload the toys.
Yeah, I remember back when I was selling comics and toys, I would not buy the toys because I didn't know what they look like. And I went, if I don't know what they look like, I'm not going to get, even though it is Godzilla toys, I didn't want to get stuck with it. And I have a feeling if I did buy them, yeah, I probably would have got stuck with a lot of the toys. Now, there are a lot of fans, Godzilla fans, of this generation. They actually like this movie. They like the cartoon. A lot of young kids all love it. And it's just our old timers, the old guys, a lot of them go, it's just awful.
I don't remember the newer cartoon. I remember the one before, the one that it was the Godzilla and the Godzuki, and the Godzuki looked nothing like the movie Godzuki. He looked like a miniature dinosaur.
Yeah, the Godzuki was a little fatty dinosaur. He had little wings.
Yeah. But what was
But at least he breathed something of fire.
But based on this, I barely remember. What was it? It was this dinosaur, this monster, and
exactly this monster. And he looked exactly like it.
But who else was in it? Like these characters, or it was some other characters?
I don't know. I never watched it because I hated the movie. I didn't want to watch the cartoon.
And you're saying some of the people you hang out with at G-Fest actually like this?
Yeah, some of the younger kids like it, but any of the old guys like me, we all hate this movie. I think most Godzilla fans hate it.
Is there still currently merchandise that people buy? Like, is it sought after? Is there a market for old vintage?
There actually is some of it at the charity auction at G-Fest. People will bring in some old toys or things from this movie, and the younger kids buy them. They like the action figures and all.
But it's not a vintage collector type of thing.
No, it's not. Because it's not a Godzilla. That's not what he looks like. That's not the way he's supposed to act. It's just wrong.
I see.
I don't know what else to say other than it's a piece of crap.
Well, Mike really enjoyed this movie, and let's recap.
Let's recap. 2 words. It's crap.
Well, like we said before, as we wrap it up, let's hope that this next remake is going to be a little more serious, at least serious, because this wasn't serious. This was a kind of goofy movie. I wanted to be a comedy. I wanted to be a romantic comedy almost. It wanted to do everything.
It did. It started out being it's a comedy. The worm guy. They made fun of his name.
But the only
all
serious,
the jokes.
But again, it follows a pattern and that's why this director is practically not making any movies anymore. This is how he does things. He does the big openings,
right.
The big epic openings, and then it turns into something else.
Well, yeah, he did Independence Day,
Day After
which
Tomorrow.
was a fun movie.
Didn't he also do 10,000 BC or 1,000,000 BC?
I think he did.
With the saber-toothed tigers and the elephants, the mammoths. That he did. What else did he do? He did he was the modern disaster film guy.
Yeah. That's why there was hopes for this movie to be okay.
2012 he did.
Because you got some disaster. You knew you was going to be laden with special effects, explosions. That would be okay, but this was awful.
Right. I mean, you can't complain at the time at the level of special effects because it was top notch for the time. But yeah, the writing just did not go in the direction it should have gone. Not only the people acting, but obviously the creature is the main star of the film. So let's hope, like I said, that this new director who did Monsters, which I seen Monsters, and Monsters is a little bit of a Cloverfield-y type of feel too, in terms of the monsters are hidden. You don't see too much of it, but it's the interaction between the people is realistic. It's not goofy.
Right. It was taken serious. How do you get out of the country?
It's almost documentary style.
Yeah.
Almost.
You knew the alien eggs or whatever they were on the trees.
Right. And this guy takes advantage of. You have special effects, but he takes advantage of everything else that's there. He takes advantage of natural locations and stuff like that to intensify the scenes. So I don't think there's any way in hell they're going to take this type of a route. Not only because it's been done already, but it's been done bad.
Yeah. And I'm hoping he's going to stay truer to the character, the look. You're going to make it humanoid-ish. Yeah, he can still walk on two. That's fine. But you can't have that weird shape of the head like in this movie. He needs to breathe fire. He needs to be indestructible.
Yeah, they completely skipped that.
He needs to be a force of nature. And in the beginning, they all talk about, it was all the radiation. But like you said,
they skipped
afterwards, they then just went, you know what?
Like, who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
We don't care. That's how he was created. Then you just throw it out the door.
Alrighty. Well,
which is just wrong.
Let's just wrap this up because there's no way we can end this in a good way with this particular film.
There is a good way. The credits are almost over.
Get your money back and pretend you've never seen it?
This is another 2.5 hours of my life I can't get back by sitting and watching this awful movie. But at least it's just about at the end. We got the last of the credits rolling. The only thing I liked about this movie was the logo for Godzilla. That was pretty cool. I had my high hopes. I liked the logo and the movie poster. Tomoyuki Tanaka, which of course he did he was part of Toho. He was the one who put together all those Godzilla movies for us.
Well, I'll say it again. There are some redeeming qualities to the movie. The setup.
Yeah, the credits.
I like the setup.
And the end credits.
And then I'm pretty much done. They should have shaved at least an hour off this movie to make it a little more bearable. For Mike, you could not do anything to make it bearable other than skip to the end. Well, I'd like to thank Michael for both joining us today on our Godzilla commentary. And we will hopefully see you soon with another commentary or another regular show. So in the meantime...
Yeah, we'll do a better movie next time.
In the meantime, we will see you next time here on Geekfest Rants. Bye-bye, everybody.
We know where he came from. We know how big he is.
His situation has become more complicated.
But our problems just multiplied.
He's pregnant.
What is this, virgin lizard?
You've got to find that nest before it's too late.
Otherwise, up to a dozen are going to be born. Think of it.
Godzilla.
Doesn't he need a mate?
Not if he reproduces asexually.
Where's the fun in that?
Rated PG-13.
Look at his head. It's wrong. Whatever. It's still stupid.
Hey, I'm trying to help, all right? I'm trying to help.
It's stupid.
Which is more than what you're doing.
That's not a Godzilla movie.
Oh.
My gosh. Yeah, go. Come on, end this movie already.
Definitely.
My misery.
It could have been an hour shorter.
He needs a better script. That's what he needs.
Oh my god. They're going to throw us out of this movie theater.
Is it possible there could be a sequel to this crappy movie?
Up from the depths, 30 stories high, breathe